Hello and welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Design. And I am your artistic crochet host, Kendra. Today, I wanted to tell everybody a Happy New Year, by the way. And I know I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. So I just wanted to make sure I said Happy New Year to everybody. And but I know you won't see this until January 5th. But anyhow, we are going to start our calendar blanket. And I'm going to start off with something pretty easy for my first calendar blanket and yours. So we're going to start out easy. I have, I'm going to start with blue yarn because we're going to start out with snowflake. So we're going to start out with blue background. This is called Pound of Love, and it's a 4-weight yarn, and I think it's 100. Let's see. Machine washable, dryable. That's 100% premium acrylic. So it is 100% acrylic. It's the Lions brand's Pound of Love, and it is a 4-weight yarn. And this color is denim. I do not know if they still make this. This is a very old one, and I fell in love with this, and I think I bought like 3, and this is the last of it, and I only have a half of this left. So, I'm not sure if they still make this or not, but you can use any blue yarn or any color you want. This is your blanket after all. At the end of the day, it is your project, not mine. So I'm going to use blue. I decided I'm using blue. So what we're going to do is we are making a seamless granny square. So it's going to be the regular granny square. And I'm just going to talk you through this instead of doing a tutorial, because on Tuesday I did the seamless granny square for you, and you can revert back to that video if you need any further help. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in a cinch circle. Now, you don't have to do the cinch circle. You can chain 2, start out in the second chain from the hook, or you can chain up 4 and turn that into a circle and then go from there. But you could do any way you want. This is the way I prefer. So I am going to chain 3 from here, and I'm going to put 2 more double crochets in the magic circle. Okay. So then I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to put 3 more double crochets in that magic circle. And then we're going to chain 2, and we need to put 3 more double crochets in the magic circle. And we're going to chain 2 again and put our last 3 double crochets into that magic circle. Now, if you've used the magic circle, you can cinch up that circle. Pull that and cinch it up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a half double crochet in the top of that chain 3 to make my last corner. So here we go. We have a corner. We have a square. This is the first round. Okay. That blue is pretty, isn't it? I like that blue, and I think it'll be nice as a background. So we are going to chain 3 from here And we're going to put 2 more double crochets in that corner. And like I said, I don't chain one in between because I'm a very loose crocheter and the holes just seem bigger to me and I don't like the holes very big. All right, so 3 double crochet in the next corner, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets into that corner. And then to the next corner. 3 double crochets into the corner. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets in there. Okay, last corner. 3 double crochets into there. And I'm going to chain 2 and put 3 more double crochets in there. So now we're back at the very first corner that we started, right? So I'm going to I'm going to finish out that corner first. So we've got to put 3 double crochets into there first. And now we're back. I'm going to do a half double crochet in the top of the chain 3 for my corner instead of chaining 2 and then doing that. So here we go. We're going to do another round. Chain 3, put 2 double crochets in that corner. And we're not going to finish that corner. Now we're going to go to the side. We have a side hole, okay? And we're going to just put 3 double crochets in that side hole. And next is a corner. So we're going to put 3 double crochets in that corner. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets in that corner. All right, and now we're back at the side again. So we just need 3 double crochets in the side. All right, now we have another corner. So we're going to do what? Yes, we're going to put 3 double crochets in there. And then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to put another 3 double crochets in there. I need some more yarn. I need one more in there. All right, so now we're back at a side hole again. And what are we going to put in there? That's right, 3 double crochets in there. All right, now we're back at the corner. And we need 3 double crochets in there with a chain 2 and 3 more double crochets in there. All right, so I'm making this blanket with you. I have not made this blanket yet. So we are going to learn this blanket together. So I've decided that I'm also going to be in the learning curve here. So we're back at the side and we need to put 3 double crochets in that side before we can move on. And we are back to that first corner that we started. So we need to finish that corner by putting 3 double crochets in there first. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet in the top of this chain 3. Now, you could do that any way you want. If you want to just chain 2 and fasten, slip stitch into that top of that chain 3, you can. This is the method though I like. I don't know. I love this method. So here we go. We've done 3 rounds. So we're going to do another one. And I'm just going to chain 3 and put 2 double crochet in there, in that first corner. And I'm going to finish that corner. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the one of the side holes, which is, there's 2 side holes now. So we're going into the first one and we're going to put 3 double crochets in that hole. And then 3 double crochets in the second hole. Because now we have 2 side holes that we're dealing with. All right, we're back at a corner. And how do we do a corner? That's right. We do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets in every corner. All right. So we're back at 3 double crochets in the side. And then we have 2 sides now. So we got to make sure we put 3 double crochets in the other side hole as well, because we got 2 side holes. And then we're going to do our corner. 3 double crochets in the corner. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets in that corner. And now we have one of the side pockets, which is 3 double crochet in there, and the other side pocket, which is another 3 double crochets in that side pocket. Okay. And now we're at a corner. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets in that corner. All right, now we're at another side pocket, so we have to put 3 double crochets in there. And 3 double crochets in the next side pocket. And now we're going to finish. We're right back at the first corner that we started. And we've got to finish that corner. We're going to put our 3 double crochets in there. And then I'm going to finish that off with a half double crochet in the top of that chain 3. Okay. So, here we are. We have 4 rows. And I think that we are going to do, let's do 5 rows. Let's do another row, okay? So I wanted to let you know too is I am also using a J hook, which is a 6 millimeter, and I wanted to show you these hooks as well. These are called the dots, and I'm not sure. I think you can get those on Amazon. But my girlfriend gave me this set of dots, and I fell in love with these. I use these all the time. I love these. So, and of course, the J hook is my favorite hook, and especially when I'm making blankets, I'm definitely going to use a J hook. So, I love my J hooks. All right. And my dots hooks. So, okay, let's start the 5th row. So we're going to chain 3 from here and do half of that corner, which is 2 double crochets in there. So it's a chain 3 and 2 double crochets. Now, this time we have 1, 2, 3 side pockets that we need to put how many double crochets in those? That's right. We need to put 3 double crochets in each one of those side pockets. So let's put another, there's 2 side pockets and 1 more side pocket. All right, we have 3 double crochets in each one of those. Now we've got a corner. And how do we do that corner? Well, how do we do all corners? That's right, we put 3 double crochets in there, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet in that corner. All right, so here we go. I've got 3 side pockets again. I'm going to do those and put 3 double crochets in each one of those. All right, now we're back at a corner. So we've got to do our corner with 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. All right, so I have 3 more side pockets to do. Another side pocket. And get that done. And I really think that this is going to be a really beautiful color blue on this blanket. Do our corner. 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. And now we have 3 more side pockets to do. So we need to put 3 double crochets in each one of those. And I'm finishing up that corner, that very first corner, and doing a half double crochet. All right. So now we have 5 rows in the granny square. 5 rows. All right, so my what I was planning on doing with this, I was gonna put a snowflake. See, I got my snowflakes on. We are going to put a snowflake applique on here. So I thought 5 rows would be good, and I've got a snowflake. I'm going to put a snowflake applique right in the middle of that granny square. Won't that be pretty? I think that'll be beautiful. All right, so that is what we're going to do. The snowflake applique, I got that from Jayda in Stitches, and I thought about doing that, but as I was watching her today on how to make this, I thought I cannot do as good a job as she can. So your homework is to look up Jayda in Stitches snowflake applique, or you could do any other that's on there, whatever you want to do. But Jayda is very, very good at teaching how to make these appliques. I also want to show you the yarn that I made this applique from. So it's called Baby Bee Sweet Delight Pomp, and this one is Angel. The colorway is Angel, which is white, and I mean, I don't know if you could see that, but it has sparklies in it. So I don't know if you can, yeah, you can kind of see that. See the sparklies? This is such pretty yarn. This is a 3-weight yarn, though. This is not a 4-weight yarn. But I did use my J hook to make this. And I think it came out really good. I mean, I love the way it looks. So I thought it came out really good. So, yes, your homework is to find a snowflake on YouTube to make for your applique. And you can pause this video and do that and make your applique, and then unpause it, and I will be here to show you how to put it on the square. So what I'm going to do, I need to find my needle. There it is. I have all kind of needles and stuff in here. Stitch markers and needles. So we have a nice little yarn needle right here. Looks pretty cool. All right. Well, I should have made this longer so that I could use it to stitch on there, but I wasn't thinking. That's okay. I can get some more yarn and do that, but I am going to tie these ends down first. Yeah. Get these ends tied in. I like to make my tails long because I like to, go through a few stitches and then come back with it, going through a few stitches, and then I go through and go through them a third time. And that way, I know that tail's not coming out. So then we're gonna clip that off. So I have another. I'm just going to tie this this end in as well, since I didn't make it big enough to sew on, and then start with a new one. So I'll just sew it down or tie it in as well. All right. Got that tied down. And now I need a little bit of yarn to put on my needle. As soon as I find the end, where's the end at? There it is. All right. To get that on my needle so I can all right. So I'm gonna so we forgot to So you can chain one and then cut this blue yarn off. And then we'll get those ends sewed in too. Maybe that might be better if I sew those ends in now before we put that on. All right. Sew that end in, one that way, and the third time. That way we make sure those ends don't come out. And I'm going to turn this around, because on this blanket we will have a wrong side and a right side. So I'm going to sew the ends on the on the wrong side. There we go. All right. So that end is also sewn in. So there's our square. No ends. That's awesome. All right. Let's sew this applique on there. All right. All right. So I'm going to we are going to sew this applique in the middle of the square, okay? And I'm going to go over a stitch that's on the front. This way, when we sew this applique on, there will be nothing on the back. So we just get a stitch from the front, and I'm going to tie that down like so. I tied that down, and now I'm going to put this end right behind the applique, so I don't have to worry about it later. Nobody will see it. All right, so here we go. So what we're going to do is we just take a little bit, I don't know if you could see, take a little bit from the top and go through the applique. And we're just going to slip stitch around it. So when you come up to this arm right here, you just take a little bit and you just grab that, and then there we go, like that. So we just take a little bit here and then grab that. And we'll do that. It's like what do you call that? It's kind of stitching. It's like just doing we're just going to stitch all the way around it. All right. It's whip stitching. That's what it's called. We're whip stitching the applique around the edges onto the square. So you could see where I got some of it done. And when you see on the back, there is nothing on the back. And you just do that all the way around it. And so go all the way around it like that until the whole thing is on the square. And the next time that we put an applique on something, I will do a tutorial on it, so you could see better. Jayda does a tutorial on how to whip stitch appliques as well. So you can always, refer to her channel too, because like I said, she's very good at teaching things on that channel. So anyhow, this is the end of this session of the our blanket that we're making, our calendar blanket. So we will see you next month on the first Friday of what we're going to do with it next. I want to thank you guys for watching. And if you're making the blanket with me, send me a picture in the messages on YouTube. I would love to see a picture of what you guys are also coming up with. So that'll be fun too. So thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you, and bye-bye now.